Your reaction to that this morning?
Well, I'm not crazy about people disrupting meetings, but the fact of the matter is Secretary Clinton has taken significant sums of money from the fossil fuel industry. She raises her money with her super PAC. She gets a lot of money from Wall Street, from the drug companies, from the fossil fuel industry. On the other hand, we have received over 6 million individual campaign contributions, averaging $27 apiece. I'm proud of the way we are raising money.
Gather round, minions. Welcome to another example on the wonders of American politics, where people swear they will be forever civil, not taking what some might consider cheap shots against opponents. Keep it all above board. Make it about the issues. Prove America can be led by someone who's fair, fearless, completely truthful. And please tell me you're not buying this, even though it is April Fool's Day, because we have to believe you're smarter than this, okay? When you have someone start poking a finger in your face and they want an answer, we have definitely reached a new point in a campaign. That's where we begin the pre-weekend edition of The Political Animal, knowing full well in the next few minutes we will anger the muddy-minded and spark intelligent discourse among those who seek to learn and not lambaste. Welcome back from the Federalist, Bre Payton, and from Catamount Strategies, LLC, Democratic strategist, Christian Hanley. I want to thank you both for joining us. Christian, I'm going to go ahead and begin with you. We caught just a little piece of it just a moment ago. Heated moment at a campaign event in New York. Hillary Clinton had a Greenpeace organizer come up to her, asked if she would forego contributions from the fossil fuel industry, and here's what happened. Hey, Christian, two things here. First of all, Bernie Sanders is getting to Hillary Clinton. That's obvious. Second thing is, Bernie Sanders basically overstated, if you want to call it a lie, because a check from the Center for Responsive Politics found that the oil and gas money that Hillary Clinton takes for her campaign is 0.2% of $160 million in overall fundraising. Hey, come on, you Democrats, welcome to the party. It's about time you got here.
Well, we've been at the party. You know, it's funny because I've actually heard conflicting reports on those numbers. On the one hand, you have the numbers you just cited. On the other hand, the numbers have been out since about July of last year that show that Hillary Clinton didn't directly receive campaign contributions from the fossil fuel industry. However, her super PAC did receive funds from so-called bundlers who had previously worked for fossil fuel companies, including those that are backing the Keystone XL pipeline. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily repeating a lie, but it's...
Okay, how about a fudge?
I wouldn't even go as far as a fudge.
I think that come on.
I wouldn't say so. I think Sanders has a point. And, you know, I think Clinton's reaction here was quite disproportionate to a question that was posed by somebody who was not even affiliated with the Sanders campaign. Okay,
let's get to that. Bre, I'm going to bring you in on this. Let's just say that, okay, whatever it is, put the numbers aside for a second. Hillary Clinton is angry. I mean, Bernie Sanders is under her skin. And here's something else, Bre. Bernie Sanders notes that in the month of March, his campaign brought in $44 million. From February, they did 43.5. They've got no outside super PAC money. Total haul, first quarter of 2016, more than $109 million. Bre, this guy is on a roll monetarily, but does he still have enough to beat Hillary Clinton in the numbers?
Well, you know, right now with the superdelegate count, it looks like Hillary is poised to secure the nomination. But, you know, her answer, as you said, how upset she got in her response and waving her finger in that young woman's face really just goes to show you that pointing out the special interest money that she receives and how connected she is to the fossil fuel industry really does upset her, because that's her Achilles heel. And every time that Bernie Sanders has brought it up and attacked her on that, she completely falls apart and has really bad responses. A couple of months ago during the CNN town hall, when she was asked about $600,000 that she received in 1 year for 3 speeches that she delivered for Goldman Sachs, her response was, oh, well, I don't know, that's just what they paid me. So I think her campaign really needs to get it together and figure out some better responses to give when this issue is brought up, because this isn't the first time that her connections to special interest groups have been brought up. And I think her campaign and she herself have really failed to give a good answer to kind of rebut that concern.
All right, I got about 90 seconds left. Here comes a good answer from both of you. And Bre, I'm going to stay with you first. We were talking today in the office about Ted Cruz and John Kasich, and then going up against Bernie Sanders. We talked about all this. Someone brought up the point. They said, if it's Ted Cruz versus Bernie Sanders, what would America vote for? A religious zealot, or B, a democratic socialist? That was a heck of a way to put it right there, Bre. What do you think?
I think you're definitely right. But I think one thing that they both have in common is outsider status from both parties. So I think that would be a really interesting matchup just in terms of, I think it would just show the extent of the ire and frustration that voters have expressed in propelling those two candidates to the top, if that is the potential scenario that we're faced with.
Yeah, and just to point out, there are those people who call Ted Cruz a religious zealot. We're not calling him that. That's what a lot of the opinionators make of him. And there's Bernie Sanders calling himself a democratic socialist, which he has actually said himself. So, Christian, I throw it to you then. If it comes down to that, Bre's right. That's part of the anger that this country faces right now. But what do you think the country would do if they are faced with that setup?
Be democratic socialist, and
of course
I'll
you'd say
get the
that.
popcorn ready.
Why would you say that? But really, other than just being, you're just a Democrat, right? That's all you're doing. You're throwing it out there because you don't want to say the guy on the right, right?
No, not at all. I don't think Ted Cruz has any chance outside of the Deep South. He cannot win the coast, the upper Midwest, or the West. He can't do it. He cannot do it in a general election. It's not possible.
Okay, what if it's Donald Trump versus Bernie Sanders?
Sanders still wins. It's a smaller margin than against Cruz, but he still wins. The polling shows that.
Okay, we got a long way to go on the polls, but I got to tell you, it was a fascinating question to think about, the way people are starting to categorize all the candidates and the way they're starting to look at the matchups. Fear not, we're going to have you back again to go there again. Christian, Hanley Bre Payton, thanks so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Some of the most alarming numbers you'll ever hear about an ailment that is stalking your unborn child. And what, if anything, is being done to find the actual ability to fight it? Next on The Hard Line.